Hello and welcome to this new lesson in which we are going to explain how to deal with analog input the ESP32 board. Now, to test the input analog value signals, there are about 18 12-bit ADC input channels. You can easily recognize them from the wiring diagram, the one that we already mentioned, or the pin out diagram that we explained in a previous lesson. And there is only one 10-bit analog digital converter on the node MCU. Now, depending on the board that you are using, this pin can be at a different location. Let me show you the pin out. Now, as you can see in this image, you can see the ADC pins. So all of these are analog digital converter enabled pins, and there are other pins as well. Again, here's ADC1 and ADC2, so different channels, and you can recognize them with the general purpose input output pin number, starting from pin, as you can see here, pin 2 has ADC, pin 4, pin 15, pin 1 doesn't have ADC, so it's starting from pin 0. Then you can move on. There is pin 2, 4, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. We only need one pin for this lesson. So to read the analog input, you will use the same as an Arduino boards. We will use the analog read function on our coding. Now, as you can see, the pin that we are going to use for this example is general purpose input output 36. It has ADC1 CH0 or channel 0. Now, to read this value, we need to use the analog read function, and we need to store the analog value on a variable. It's very important to note that the ESP32 analog digital converter have 12 bits of resolution versus 10 bits on ESP8266 and Arduino. So the total range of the analog to digital conversion readings can go to 4095 or 095 instead of 1027 on Arduino and ESP8266, when a maximum of 3.3 volt is applied to its input. So you can expect more values that can go up to 4000. Now, for input, let's use a 10 kilo ohm potentiometer or any analog sensor that we have, and we can connect it from the 3.3 volt and ground. Now, let's use its variable output to be the input of the ESP32 ADC pins. To get started, let's open up Arduino software. Go open up Arduino IDE. Now, after opening up Arduino IDE, okay, let me open up the other software. Okay, here it is. Arduino software. Now, the first step that we are going to do is create a new sketch. Let's make sure that our board is connected and recognized, as you can see at COM4. And let's make sure that we have the right board selected. In our case, ESP32. As you can see, do it ESP32 dev kit. And we have other libraries that can cover this. Now, this is our board. Let's start coding. The first thing that we need to do is go to the void setup and initialize the serial communication, serial.begin. And we can choose any baud rate. Let's choose 11,500, 5,200. Now let's add a delay so that this can stabilize the serial communication module. and let's print a sentence indicating that we are using the ESP 32 analog pin test. Now up here, let's initialize a variable to save the analog data. So int analog value equals 0. Then inside the void loop, write analog value equals analog read, just like in Arduino. And from here we need to select the pin. In our case, it's the general purpose input output pin 36. After that, let's print the analog read value. So serial dot print now let's paste the analog read, which is the analog value, and let's add a delay 500 milliseconds. Okay, let's verify. Let us save the code. Let's call it analog read It will take some time to compile the sketch. Now let's upload the sketch to our ESP board. Make sure that your board is connected and you have selected the right board and the right COM port. Okay, as you can see, it's uploading. Okay, writing. Okay, done uploading. Now, if we went and open up here, serial monitor, okay, we have these signs. Change the baud rate to 115,200. As you can see, here we have 0 value. Now, if you played with the analog potentiometer, you will get values up to 4,000. And that's it. This is how easy it is to use analog pins on the USB board. The same Arduino coding, same structure, and I did explain every line. Thanks for watching this lesson. If you have any question, please ask in the Q&A board.